listening to the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com.
Welcome back, Charleston, as the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA. Always like to say thank you to those of you that, listen to this program on a continuous basis. You rely on the information that's provided within it to influence your decision-making process. I really am passionate about accurate information that is usable, whether you're in the market or if you're just learning more about the process. So thank you to those of you that reach out to me and allow me to assist you with your real estate needs. I always like to say thank you for that. And I really enjoy it. I enjoy working with you guys, off air, obviously, when we go to buy, sell, invest in real estate. And it's also very therapeutic for me to be on this program and just tell you like it is. Tell it like it is. So if you'd like to reach out to me, my number is 843-345-1273. Again, that's 843-345-1273. Or go to my website, listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. So we were talking about interviewing real estate agents and how not to be fooled by the agent that's the professional salesman that is going to influence your decision through rapport rather than a clear-cut, definitive, repeatable plan that has seen success time and time and time again. And I was talking about just all the training that you see out there for real estate agents. None of it really is designed, by the way, to help the client sell their home for more money or help a buyer get a better deal on a home. It's about how to influence people into a decision. It's about how to carry yourself. It's about what to say, when to say it, how to say it to get the business. It's all about building business opportunities for real estate agents. Very, very rarely is real estate training geared toward selling more real estate by becoming a more effective real estate agent for the benefit of their client. So I only tell you that because there are plenty of folks that listen to this program, I'm sure, that will be selling their home in the next 12 months. You really need to understand how to interview an agent and what to look for so that you don't become one of those sellers like I talked about, about a month ago, that puts their home on the market and it doesn't sell the first time around. And now we have to come up with a new plan to sell your home, rebrand your property, and in some instances agree that it's probably going to sell for a little bit less than what we might have been able to sell it for had it been done correctly the first time. And it's unfortunate to say that, but I'm all about reality on this program. I don't always tell you things that you want to hear. I tell you the things that are truth. So now let's say that you've selected your real estate agent. We're going through the process of selling a home. Before the property goes on the market, a really important part of this process, something that we do on my team that attributes to the majority of our sales, is something called pre-marketing. So you're going to sign your documentation with your listing agent, and then we as listing agents are going to schedule professional photography, videography. We're going to start doing all the things that we need to do to professionally present your home to the market, right? We have a professional photographer come through. They take photos. They edit those photos professionally. If we need to have a stager come in, we have a stager come in. If we do a 3D tour or a drone video, we do all of that stuff. All of that's at our cost. We get all that information together. We create a beautiful package for your property and we put it on the market. But while we're waiting for that stuff, we go to work. We start calling people in our database. I was looking at this the other day. I'm kind of shocked at how big this has grown. We have a database of over 300,000 people that I've amassed in my career. Over 300,000 people. That's a lot of people. And so the great thing is that it's actually organized. And so we get to go into these databases and say, okay, here's the home that we're about to put on the market. Who do we have in our database right now that told us a few months ago they would be looking around this time for a home like this? And guess what? We sell real estate that way. The olden days haven't changed all that much. If you find a real estate agent that actually is willing to work and go out and turn some stones over to find buyers, you can sell your home for top dollar before it actually hits the market. I know it because we do it. If, however, it's, the real estate agent's kind of MO to just put it on the MLS, keep you updated throughout the process and wait for other agents to show the property, can that property sell too? Yeah, sure, of course. Is it going to sell as fast? Is it going to sell for as much money as doing it our way? Consistently? No, probably not. So the question for you as a seller is, what's better? What would you prefer to do? So a lot of the work that we do is done behind the scenes. You see the duck sitting on top of the pond, and you don't see the feet moving a mile a minute behind or underneath the water. In the water, I should say. That's what it looks like in my office on a daily basis. It's organized chaos, because if you walk in, you'd say, holy moly, there's a lot going on in here. But it's very focused energy. And so for us as real estate agents, when we take a listing, a lot of what we do is market the property before it ever hits the MLS. The really cool thing about that is that when we find a buyer that is interested in the property, yet it's not actively for sale on the MLS, and they say, hey, I really want to see this house. Well, guess what? First of all, buyers want what they can't have. Isn't that true with everything in life, though? So when they see our sign or they see our advertisements, or we call them from our database calls and we say, hey, here's the property. It's coming soon. We want to make you aware of it so that when it hits the market, you can be the first person to come and see it. And then they'll say, well, hey, is there any chance I could see it before it hits the market? Well, let me check with the seller and see what they think. And almost always the seller's going to say, of course. And so then we get to go back to the buyer and say, hey, look, we've agreed to show you the property before it hits the market, but here's the deal. And I just want to be upfront with you. If you truly are interested in this property, here's our asking price, and you need to pay that asking price, because we haven't put it on the market yet. I mean, we haven't released this to the public. You're the only person that's going to see it. And so you're asking us to go with you and your offer before we can test the market and see if we can get it for more. So if you're interested, you got to give us what we want. Is that fair? Great. Let's schedule a showing. And it works. It allows us to be dominant in that negotiation from the get-go, because we set that expectation. Hey, don't think you can walk in here and then lowball us, because we're not going to entertain it. We haven't even given other people the chance to make us an offer yet. So if you want it and you want us to go with you, you got to give us what we're asking. And then, of course, sometimes it's a few $1,000 off, or maybe we incorporated that into our strategy and we overpriced it just a tad, and what they offer is fine, and we take it and boom, we're done and we've sold it. And the great thing is we didn't have to go through 20 showings with people tramping it out of the house and you leaving and sticking your family and kids and dog in the car and leaving for an hour, only to come back and find out that, man, they didn't like it enough to make an offer. Shoot. Look, that happens. That's natural. You can't expect that everybody that walks through your house is going to love it and want to buy it. But it sure does make this process a lot easier. So one of the mistakes I see people making, and how to avoid that, since that's kind of the theme of this weekend show, is rushing the process of getting that house on the market. You only have one chance at a first impression. And when people see your house online, because again, they're watching it like a hawk, they're waiting for new listings to hit the market. If they see your house and they're unimpressed, chances are pretty high that you're not going to then impress them with new information, because they're going to just skip right over your listing. There are very few ways of kind of force feeding your listing to people. There are ways, and we do it, and I'm not going to tell you how to do it on this program, because I know a lot of agents listen to it. But there are several ways, frankly, of creating top of mind awareness for listings. But it's incredibly important that you don't put the property on the market until it's ready to go on the market. That's what helps you sell it quickly and for top dollar, because enough people see the listing and say, wow, that's priced well, it's marketed beautifully. I love the home, I love the neighborhood, it's decorated well. I got to see this before everybody else does. And you've got a few people thinking the same thing. Guess what? That's what creates the bidding war. That's what creates urgency. That's what gets us to a point where we can say, look, guys, we've got 3 offers on the table. You've got until 5 p.m. tomorrow to give us your highest and best. And at that point in time, we will choose one offer to either negotiate further with or accept if it's good enough. So here's your chance to impress us and to get the house. So put your best foot forward. And it works. But it's all part of the strategy. So you need to work with a real estate agent that actually has the strategy and has the results to back it up, and that can start to lay the foundation to sell your home and hopefully get the job done before it even hits the MLS. Save you a bunch of time and stress. How great would that be? We've done it dozens of times. It works. You just have to hire an agent that actually knows what they're doing. So that's the process of getting it all the way up until the point that it's on the market. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about offers very quickly, and then we are out of time. But stick around for the last few minutes of the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA. And remember, if you want to reach out to me, my number is 843-345-1273. Again, that's 843-345-1273. Or go to listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Visit Brian Beatty's website at listingsincharleston.com. The Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues next on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA.